From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, happy Thursday morning to you. You know, we're not going to be doing that deep dive forecast. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, but it shouldn't take too much time. And, you know, there's not a whole lot to really dive deeply into. We're going to talk about those warmer temperatures. We're going to be talking about the gusty winds. Those are the two main headlines that we're looking at here. So, yes, the winds will be strongest today into tomorrow. Weaker winds, though, by the weekend. And, you know, I got to tell you, the weekend is shaping up to be gorgeous. I mean, this is one of those weekends where make plans, make outdoor plans, and have a good time with it, because this is going to be just that perfect spring type weekend. Highs getting close to 80 degrees in the valley. Yeah, it's getting warmer, but the weather pattern will start to slowly change going through next week. Let's talk about some of those peak gusts. Some of you may have noticed those windy conditions out there yesterday. We did get gusts upwards of around 30 miles per hour in the valley, not to mention out along the coast. Not as bad off to the east, but we certainly did see some gusty winds there as well. If you are in a wind-sheltered area, you're probably saying, what are you talking about winds? It just depends on where you are. That's the kind of setup that we have here. But there you can see here, looking at today, temperatures are starting to continue to slowly work their way up for everyone. The valley, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, the eastern mountains, even the coast is going to be looking at some of those warmer temperatures over the next several days as well. Inland temperatures in the mid-60s, mid-50s, mid to upper 50s for your daytime highs in Trinity County. And the overall setup, there it is. You see all the clouds moving up and over that ridge of high pressure. This is getting stronger and stronger, which means warmer and warmer temperatures. But it's also a perfect setup for those gusty winds with high pressure. And I do want to mention again, I talked about this yesterday, it's called an omega block because the jet stream is in the shape of the Greek letter omega. So these storm systems, they try to butt up, they try to move through, but they butt up against the ridge of high pressure. And this area of low pressure, this energy, it all diverts up northward. And what do we end up with? Mainly sunny skies, but of course also this setup for gusty winds. You see the jet stream right on top of us. I expect winds to be a little bit stronger today and even into tomorrow morning. And then, even though the ridge starts to build, this low pressure system starts to move to the south, which means they're getting farther and farther away from each other. And as a result, the winds begin to relax. Still a little windy, I think, to start off the day on Friday, but they'll start to subside through the afternoon. And we'll take a closer look at that on the Futurecast here in a second. But look at the weekend. The winds dying down Saturday and Sunday. High pressure, the dominant feature, keeping temperatures warm. But then, as I mentioned, we start to see a slow change in our pattern next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, the ridge of high pressure starts to shift southward. Storm systems ride over it. Temperatures drop a little bit as a result. I'm expecting dry conditions through a good portion of next week. I am seeing some signs that near the end of next week, we could be looking at more rain entering the picture. Now, this is what we call a mid-latitude storm, meaning it's a warmer storm system. And that will also mean snow levels are really getting much higher. And we're getting to that time of the year now. We're going to start to see less and less of that low elevation snow. Wind alerts, yes, we have a wind advisory for the valley until 5 p.m. tomorrow. So yes, the winds are going to stick around for a while. Now the high wind warning, it says until 5 p.m. here. That's mainly just to the west of the east of the valley, that is. Parts of eastern Lassen County, eastern Plumas County, that's actually until 5 p.m. today. But honestly, I think the winds will be pretty strong there as we go in the next few days as well. Let's take a look at the Futurecast winds. And this is something I talked about yesterday. A couple of areas I want you to really make note of. Mainly the north and west side of the valleys where we expect the strongest winds during this entire event, and the mountains just east of the valley. And the reason you're seeing that is because we have a lot of ridges, which means you have exposed ridges, and that allows you to see stronger winds, but also these valleys. These little valleys that are within the mountains there as well, the winds can really filter through there and give really gusty winds. So that's what we're seeing right here. All right, so let's take you through time here. We're going to take you into the noon hour. So there you can see at 12 o'clock, again, see the west side, there's this area here. And there could be some other gusty winds, kind of southern Trinity County, a little gusty off to the East Mountains as well. But the two main areas of focus are right here. See how gusty it is? Now we go into your Thursday afternoon. That's this afternoon. Once again, these two main areas. But we're seeing them subside a little bit as we go into the evening and overnight hours. But then another round of some pretty strong winds coming into your Friday morning, and especially off to the east here. Then we go into Friday afternoon, and now the winds are showing signs of subsiding. And in fact, as we go into Saturday, look at that. Look how much calmer those winds are. This is going to be the setup for a perfect weekend. Here's a marine forecast. There you can see those north winds at about 10 to 15 knots, waves from the north at 8 feet at about 8 seconds, and there is that small craft advisory throughout the day today. Take a look at those wave heights. You can see they actually will start to drop here as we take you into your Thursday and into your Friday. So that's certainly some good news there. So that small craft advisory should be allowed to expire later this evening. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures in the low to maybe some mid 60s in there, but look at that 7-day forecast. Look at the weekend. Oh, man. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, gotta love this time of the year, right? And you know what? We can enjoy it because we're above normal for rain. Most of the snowpack is above normal as well. So this is all good. 64 degrees in Fortuna, 68 degrees for Blue Lake. We take you up north, and there you can see 68 for Smith River, 64 in McKinleyville, Hoopa, about 67 degrees. Boy, it's nice out there. 59 degrees in Happy Camp, although it's getting a little gusty in some areas. 53 degrees in Weed, and 10 in about 47. There's your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, 50 in Tule Lake. There is Canby at 47, as well as Calpines, and 48 degrees out in El Turris. Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, 49 Viola, 50 in Susanville, as well as Doyle. We take you to the south, your Valley neighborhood forecast, 66 in Elk Creek, 69 in Oroville, as well as Los Molinos. And as we take you up to the north, look for a high of about 62 for Whiskeytown, 63 out in Lakehead. There's Red Bluff with a high of about 68 degrees, and Palisadro topping out at 68. So let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. I think you're going to like what you see here. Now, of course, yes, it's windy today, it's breezy tomorrow, but oh man, I mean, that's a reason to dance just alone, not just because it's St. Patrick's Day, but because it's a beautiful day. I mean, the warmest day will be on St. Patrick's Day, 78 degrees for Reading. And then temperatures start to slowly drop. This is that change I was talking about, how temperatures, and we're starting to see a slow change in our pattern. First day of spring is next Tuesday. Can you believe it? Spring is almost here officially, and it's going to feel like it, mid-70s, but temperatures do start to drop, especially toward the middle and latter part of next week.